Wow. Now, here are the remarkable members of KISS, and first of all, Mr. Genesimmons, who is the bass player, who is the bass player, Mr. Petercriss, who is the drummer, Mr. Paul Stanley, who is the guitarist, and Acefrehley, who is the lead guitarist.
I'm the trap player.
The energy was always there. When we used to play little clubs, we started out playing on Amityville, Long Island, and we always said, "This is the garden." You know, every night we played.
Peter said this was the garden. I want some credit for that.
In fact, I remember opening up for lots of bands that had half the equipment. Oh, I see there's a live human being over there. Half the equipment is right here in front of us.
Wait a second, wait a second. Have you recorded your laugh?
No, we want to, though.
You must record.
These guys have been talking about recording my laugh. We've done 15 albums. They've never done it. Maybe on the 16th album they will do it.
I had nothing. All they had were guitars and drums, and we had this 6-foot logo, and this was way back in '74. And people just used to get very, very angry at the fact that we could come out, put on a... We had a levitating drum set.
Wait,
we were still doing
that
the
was
30...
funny. It would go up 6 feet, but there was like guys with ropes.
Keeping it from falling over.
Pulling me up, you know. And if we didn't get the guys for that night, the drums were going up.
When we first started out, we used to play clubs, and the drums would go up, and Peter would be like this, and the ceiling would be getting lower and lower.
And I used to tell the guys, "Don't lift me anymore." They still keep going at it.
No, but actually, sometimes it worked on a chain drive, the first levitating drum set that we had.
Bicycle chain.
And sometimes it would skip.
Gotcha.
Have you ever have a 10-speed bicycle?
Surely.
It would go up like that.
And then
drop and go back. I'm going to drop like that.
And my heart would...
You know, in fact, the first time, that's part of the show. You can never let on.
I'm glad you guys
when we
did.
first started playing, we had to get used to wearing these kind of shoes. And Ace is notorious for his bad balance. And maybe the first couple of months that we were on tour, invariably, once a night, you would hear a thud on stage, and you would look, and Ace would be sprawled out. And being troopers, we would run over and play over.
These guys were incredible.
It was
if I would fall on
choreographed.
stage, these guys would run over to me and make believe like it was part of the show. They'd stand over me, and we'd do like this. You know, I'm looking up, and they're looking down. We'd put the guitars together and bounce them off
People would
and turn
love
around.
it. There you go.
When you see the audience going crazy, what goes through your minds? Do you have time to think about audience reaction while you're performing?
I feel like I'm in a movie. I always get the feeling that you know, without comparing ourselves to anybody else, it's almost like the mid-60s, like we're in a see all these people screaming and crying and all that.
Crying? Why did I spend all that money? I spent all this money.
This is it. He goes up in the air. We're out of here.
True confession time.
So who invented KISS?
We all did.
We all
did, yeah.
We've been to, Gene and I were together for about 9 years now.
Not sexually, just...
That's the later part of the program. I want to slip it past 120, and then we'll get into the drugs and, you know, and all that stuff.
No, none of that.
Okay.
No. I don't take drugs.
Mom?
And Peter joined us, and then Ace joined us, and the rest is KISS story.
We always wanted. I always wanted.
Kissmas. It's like everything is KISS.
I'm from Queens, New York. Actually, not too far away from Paul's house. We kind of used to wave to each other before we knew each other. That's right. Before we knew each other, I'd see this guy waving back, I'd wave.
Gene was into telescopes.
He loves it. Now, Ace seems to be the most laid back of the four, and he's the one who'll probably be the hardest to make talk.
Well, this is not Ace.
This isn't Ace.
Oh, this is George. This is George.
I'm an imposter. Ace is back in his ass.
That's true.
We got our roadmap.
Every once in a while. That's where the makeup comes in.
Outfit means, and I'll start with you, Ace.
Well,
that means a
I
cucumber.
think this outfit is self-explanatory. I mean, you know, this is part of a kind of a V shape. This is my utility belt, and we don't want to go any below than my waist area because that's reserved for concert payers. Yeah.
I understand that. But, and after it's all over, they say, this is what we paid for.
And that's why they always feel short.
I stole this from Flash Gordon, and, you know, I have my cape. Yeah.
But you're kind of like a spaceman, huh?
No, actually, I'm a plumber.
Piece of pipe backstage I'd like to have you work on.
Tell me about it.
I like that laugh.
Oh, yeah.
You old sweet talker, you.
Ace, Ace ultimately. Ace, yeah, look at him. Hi, Mom.
So we'll continue with Kiss after these words from the NBC television stations coast to coast. I don't believe this, man. I was just talking with the gentlemen in Kiss, George and Peter and Paul and Ace about...
George is not George manager.
I want to ask...
Oh, George! Oh, you're... George. George is not here.
George
How about George?
He's in the background.
There's so many great road stories. It's really an education.
You want to know what life on the road's really like? For me, every day went something like this. 5 p.m. Phone rings, wake up. Ah, fuck. Remember nothing.
And when you go out on the road, you're really green.
It's not easy being green.
I just thought of something. The very first tour we did, you know, you expect all these women and you start settling for girls. But
confession time here.
I remember one instance where I didn't even tell you. I was with a girl in my room and I said to her, "So tell me a little about yourself." You know, and she said, "I just got out of the nut house."
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
You know, but the story we were talking about, we were in Arkansas, and I was
That's why you wanted to stay in your room that night.
I was with a girl, and this was the first tour, and it turned out...
This was about 4 years ago.
Turned out that she was 16. And it turned out there was a prison right across from the hotel, convenient to take me away. And it also turned out that she made her living going from room to room in the hotel. She was a hooker. Meanwhile, Ace is in the room next door throwing his furniture onto the highway, having a party.
Yeah.
We were on the 20th floor of a hotel, and I don't want to name the hotel because I don't want to be incriminated.
Again.
Anyway, I threw all my furniture out the window, and I was with two other friends of mine that actually were from New York, but had somehow ended up in Arkansas at the moment. Anyway, to make a long story short,
we were in Canada.
My road manager runs in the door and he says, "The state troopers are here. They're going to arrest you." He said, "Get in bed and put your head under the pillow." I said, "Great." So 5 minutes later, the state troopers walk in, and there's my road manager, Frankie Scanlaro. Hell of a nice guy. I love him. And he says, "Look at him. He's drunk. He's under the pillows. He didn't do anything."
He was
Go to Paul's.
What a con artist. He was excellent.
There's a lot of people in his room. There was a big party. They got him drunk. They drugged him. They threw all his furniture out the window. They ran out the door.
They got him drunk. They got him drunk. We are, guitars, loud guitars, drums. We're also four happy-go-lucky kind of guys that wear makeup. You know? No.
Go ahead.
We,
happy-go-lucky.
petercriss. Naturally, they don't play the vocal.
That's us doing
No
the
guitars,
violin.
no drums, that's right.
That means down. That means down.
My God, to me, it just looks up and down.
Yeah, just down.
So that goes to show you we could write with,
In front of people.
I do it every night.
With a tape. We use a tape for
I use
that
a tape, but I sing live to it. And we won People's Choice Award for it. It was a big hit for us.
The greatest thing about the success we've got now is that we're basically free to do anything we want.
Like this.
What are you doing?
He's ruining your teddy bear.
I'm trying to make him a space bear. Space bear. The only space bear in captivity. I got him. He's captured.
What is the recreational activity that you enjoy?
Sacrifices.
Human sacrifice.
Human sacrifices. Watch horror movies, collect Betamax cassettes of horror movies, cartoons, old. Try me. Name me any horror movie, and I'm putting you on the spot. As old as you want. It could be silent.
Oh, this is his game.
Ooh.
Gene's got you now.
Of course.
Cartoons I care for.
All right, try me.
You mean if I give you a cartoon and you'll give me the plot? what?
You could do that.
Animation.
All right, I'll give you one. Bugs Bunny, Hairway to the Stars.
Hairway to the Stars is when he goes, when the big spaceship lands, the Martian comes out.
You got it.
With the little helmet, and Chuck Jones produced it from an original script by Robert McKimson. You can check on it.
Still.
Of course, 1952, Michael Rennie, Gort the Robot, Klaatu Barada Nikto. Hi, Mom.
Here we go.
How am I doing, Mom?
And you.
I fantasize being a masked crime fighter. That's what I always wanted to do when I was a kid. This is about as close as I can get you. The other time when I'm not on stage, I kind of sit in my apartment and say, I want to be alone.
That was very good.
Someone once said that.
When did you start dressing up?
Like this?
No, this is not.
This isn't. You know,
this isn't that wild for this guy.
No, this really. You should see what I wear on the street.
Oh yeah, choke me, Daddy.
Nothing.
Are you the one who used to one of you used to race cars a lot, or?
Well, I tried it.
Yeah.
But
Many
it doesn't
times.
work well for me. I've wrecked quite a few cars in my time. I'm very lucky to be here. I really am. So I stopped that. I promised today no more racing cars.
Well, you know, Peter, we're very lucky to have you here.
Well, it's good to be here, Tom.
It's really strange, you know, Tom. Peter has 9 lives. He's come close several times.
That's good, Ace. He's the
And we
cat.
still love him, and we're glad to see that he's still around. God love you.
So now I just...
Oh my God. I can't. Get out. I love you for watching.
Gene, are you kind of the guy who kind of keeps it all level
mother.
and keeps it all
You know what I like?
The mother.
He's the mother
See, because
superior.
again, let me tell you something.
What's hit? The man is hitting. I don't believe it.
Because if
Get
this
a
guy-
break, for God's
That
sake.
was for fun.
I'm your host.
That was
Gene
for fun.
talking about being a monster.
Well, try this for fun. Man's violent, for heaven's sake.
That was
I can't be
fun.
You're rude.
Love it.
At all. Toys, that you were a toy or a game collector.
That's true. No,
Gene,
I collect
it's Phil
toys.
Donahue says, I need a little help here. You know what I mean?
No, I told Pat I collect antique toys.
I'm very articulate if I want to be.
do you want to be?
Talk to me?
Would you care to tell our audience what you were doing at 4 o'clock this morning?
No. I don't want to get arrested. No, actually,
Seriously.
I like that.
Actually.
I'm a Taurus. I'm a down-to-earth human being, and
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sure.
Taurus is an Earth sign. Come on, let's get back to reality.
But the right side of my hair caught fire, and everybody thought it was part of the act. You know, they just went right along with it, and I didn't know what happened. Somebody came, doused me with a towel.
That's the trouble with this show that we do. It's so big, and there's so much going on that when something really goes wrong or somebody gets hurt, nobody ever knows it. Well, at one show, I got hit with something, and my eye was bleeding. And go ahead, Paul, bleed from that eye.
Miami.
It really looks like Ringling Brothers because you see parents, you see 6 years old, you see 25-year-olds. It's really, it appeals to a lot
And
of...
if we did a concert in Bombay, there would even be cows.
I bet you didn't know that, did you?
I don't believe
If you cross the street,
Look at this guy. He's a good guy.
I'm getting bruised by you.
Wake up.
I've been made.
I'm getting killed. I'll do it with you at the same time.
I've got to move on to the lady Dorothy Dietrich, who saws the member of the staff in half, which is a million laughs. Do you want to be sawed in half tonight?
Absolutely.
Why not? But may I thank you all for being here, George.
Tom,
you have a terrific
I
sense of
enjoyed it.
humor, and you're a good man.
And enjoy the trains.
Thank you very, very much.
I heard about
Thank you
that.
very, very much.
I'm
Peter,
into it too.
good to
Thank
see
you,
you.
Tom.
Thank you very much. And Paul, thank you. It's
great.
And I'm sorry I said you were George.
He's a good fish.
quite all right, Ralph.
He's a good egg.
Take care.
Thank you all very much.
We had a ball.
It's a pleasure.
It was great.
Happy Halloween,
And it's
everybody.
good to be
Happy
home.
Halloween.
Watch out for a full moon.
Where are you?
Okay, True Confessions. We will continue after these words from our sponsors. Did I blow you?